Hi, I'm Brittany Cooper, and I am the Assistant Director for the Fifth Room. And I would say that mental health has impacted my life personally because I've dealt with both depression and anxiety. A lot of times in life, we can experience a lot of doubts or a lot of questions on why things happen. And I think something that kind of plays a role in that anxiety and depression can be the fact that we have access to so much bad news constantly with social media. There was a time when you would really get information through the news, and if you didn't watch the news, you didn't constantly get inundated with bad news and just all the things that are going on in the world. And so I've noticed that with social media and having access to so much of that, it can really play a role in or heighten anxiety or depression. And I would even say similar to Natalie, not to her extreme, but I have had moments where I would isolate myself because I was embarrassed. I just kind of felt weak and I didn't really know how to articulate what I was experiencing, how I was feeling. And so I would isolate myself when I went through those bouts of anxiety or when I went through seasons of depression. I feel like this project is important because it shows us the importance of community, of not isolating ourselves when we experience things like that. We really do need our family and our friends. We really do need a support system. And had I not had the support of my family getting me through those times, I really don't know where I would be. Specifically in dealing with anxiety, I remember a few years back, it was my first time ever experiencing anxiety attacks, like panic attacks. And that was something that was new to me. Prior to that, I had never really experienced heightened anxiety or a long span of time where I was feeling very anxious. And I couldn't pinpoint what was causing it. I just knew that I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel normal, and I couldn't function how I normally function in life. And so I sought help. Like, I went to the doctor and I went to therapy. In addition to me having grown up in church my entire life, I combined it together. So I was praying, I was seeking support from my spiritual leaders, my pastor and my family, but I also went to therapy. And that was something that my pastor actually suggested to me. I know a lot of people say within the Black community that, churches tend to be against therapy, but that's not the case for my church. My pastor was the one who told me you should really, think about going to therapy. And I went, and it was in that process of going to therapy that I really got the healing that I needed. I also did have a season in time where I had to take anxiety medication, and I was extremely against the idea of taking medication. And I'm not suggesting or saying that everyone should take medication, but if you do need it, I think it's really important that we take away that stigma, because it was something that I needed during that season to really help me just kind of get back balanced and get on my feet. And it was something that really helped me. And so the combination of, the spiritual support, praying and having that support from my church family and my pastors, in addition to combining that with therapy and having the support of my family and friends, really helped me get through that season.